Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final episode of Super Mario RPG Retranslated. Right off the bat, you are probably wondering, what are we doing in Moleville all of a sudden? Well, for the final episode, I'm going to cover the optional bosses that I have not fought yet, which means I need to do some shopping. The treasure hunter of Moleville has some new items available, and I'd like to purchase them. First up is the Mystery Egg, which, if I remember correctly, if you use this enough times, it turns into the Star Egg, which allows you to inflict 100 damage on all enemies, as much as you want. I'll go ahead and buy it. I'm not really going to use it, though. Next up is a Metal Plate. He doesn't know what it's used for, but I'll take it too. The Metal Plate is actually an equipment item for Peach. It is the frying pan. So, yeah. It's a metal plate, you don't know what it's used for. Do they not have frying pans in the Mushroom Kingdom? Anyways, this is almost certainly a shout out to Earthbound, because Paula used a frying pan in Earthbound as well. And what is it with princesses using frying pans as weapons? Wasn't there a movie like that? Anyways, we can go ahead and sell off the folding fan. I actually need some more money now. I was actually maxed out on coins, but now I need one more coin in order to have 500 coins, because there's an item I need to buy. I need to sell the weapon, thank you. There it is. So then, this next item I'm going to buy is very special. You go into this house and you talk to this mole. He's working on an invention involving fireworks. If you buy all of his fireworks and keep them in your inventory, that actually affects the fireworks show at the end of the game's credits. But we're not going to do that because it requires a lot of coin grinding. No. What you actually want to do is trade the fireworks to this girl who is slightly obscured by the counter, I guess. She runs a per 10 store, which is actually kind of cute, and she talks cute too. But if you trade her the fireworks, she'll give you a shiny stone. What is this used for? We will find out. Please hold all of your questions until we reach Monstown, which is where we are headed to next. I can't believe I called it that. Monstro Town is such a much better name. Anyways, we have not done all of the Jinx/Jackie rematches, excuse me. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I actually think the thought peak for the second Jackie battle is funny, because if you read his mind, he says, "You'll get no sympathy from me." Because that's, you know, that's what Ike says in Smash Brothers. I think it's funny. Anyways, I don't expect these battles to be very interesting because I'm probably way over leveled for what the game expects at this point. I've got the dive shell, which means Peach just takes nothing from this karate master. Go ahead and group hug. I did not enter this battle at full health, go figure. So with the Geno wave, well, first of all, I have to hit him. This guy apparently has a lot of evasion. Give myself another boost. And you can, in fact, block his moves if you know the exact timing. Not going to even bother attacking with Peach. Even with a frying pan, she probably doesn't do that much. Over 300 damage, and I happen to know that Jackie, in the second rematch, only has about 800 health. So yeah, I'm definitely not expected to have the dive shell by this point. And it should be over right away. There is, of course... Oh no, he's not down yet. Oh, that was lucky. The Doomfist is an instant death move. You can block it, but if you do, it'll just leave you with 1 health anyways. Alright, so 1 rematch down. We have just 1 more to go. Might as well take it on straight away. Here we go. Shock Bullet. Oh yeah, that's a really powerful move, assuming you don't have the dive shell equipped. Go ahead and boost up again, and I don't really need to heal right now. Does the first attack against him just always miss or something? Alright, boost up Geno as well. This party is actually working out much better than I thought. Okay, that's more like it. You can see that he has a lot more defense now, or the dive shell just got unlucky. The attack missed even though, like, he visibly got hit. That's kind of amusing. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, I might as well show the animation on this. It is, in fact, a frying pan. Okay, this still is not going to take that long. Jackie will boost himself a couple of times. So that will reduce the amount of damage he takes. It's all a matter of endurance. And getting lucky, I suppose. Yep, I blocked it, but Mario got reduced to 1 health anyways. I think if you absolutely frame perfect block him, then you will incur no damage whatsoever, and that was extremely lucky. No damage from that move. I was at 1 health. And there should be some kind of equipment that prevents instant death, but I'm really not sure. Oh, missed the timing that time. Which means I need to set up another Geno wave. I don't think any status effects work on him. We're getting to the point where bosses just have no status vulnerabilities whatsoever. Oh, see? I perfect blocked and took no damage. So that proves it. But you have to be frame perfect, of course. Okay, so I was planning on healing. I don't need that now. He sure does get a lot of turns, though. Although the stat boosting moves are probably just automatic based on his health. Still probably over-leveled for this. I'd love to see someone take it on with no dive shell or anything. His accuracy with that move is just awful. Does Geno have the Dodo Feather? I don't think he does. I think Peach has the Dodo Feather. I don't really know what controls evasion in this game. Alright, so that's that. We beat all of the Jackie battles. And he wagered his dojo's banner, which means this place belongs to us. I don't know what we're going to do with the dojo, especially since this game never gets mentioned again. Or this game's events never get mentioned again. And now they're going to spend the rest of their time training their jump skills. We received the Jackie Belt, also known as the Jinx Belt, which I believe does in fact prevent instant death attacks. 1,000 jumps. Have fun with that, you guys. Alright, now it's time for the big one. There is one more boss we can fight in this game, and it's right here in Monstro Town. First, let's check in with one of the residents of the town. Sometimes I can hear someone next door muttering on and on, something about a crystal seal and wicked power, wonder what kind of guy he is. Isn't a crystal some kind of a shiny rock or something? I know I've seen those somewhere. Well, we have one, actually. The shiny rock is a crystal. So we might be able to open up that door and see what's inside. My jumping record is 17, by the way. If you do 30, you get the attack scarf, which is... It is the attack scarf, isn't it? Yeah. Which is really good on Mario. If you do 100 jumps, you get the super suit, which is not as good as some other pieces of equipment out there, I gotta admit. So upstairs in this room, you can talk to this guy to know how many treasure boxes you have not found. 30 of them left. That's a lot to cover. I don't really think I should spend the time doing that, though. Because we just have one more boss left. Oh, and by the way, in case anyone was wondering where the save point in this town is, hidden inside that hole. Very interesting. Alright. This is going to be the last boss of this playthrough, so I want to set up my equipment very precisely. I'm going to keep this party. However, let's see here. Actually, I think this is pretty good. Actually, I'm going to put the Bookie Charm on Geno and keep the safety ring on Mario. I think Mario could use a little extra defensive capabilities. And I'm also going to switch off the dive shell for the Ultra Hammer. Honestly, I've been getting just a little bit sick of the dive shell and its fickle attack power, so If just 20 less attack points means I get more consistent attacks, fine, I'll take the Ultra Hammer. I'm cool with that. So this is the best party that I can come up with. I did rehearse this fight, by the way, because I wanted to check all of the weaknesses to make sure I had a plan going into this, because I think this is a boss that people would normally wait until they cap out at level 30 in order to fight. It is a Squaresoft-style super boss. Enix hadn't ruined their ideas of boss design quite yet. So yes, the seal is broken with the shiny stone, and we enter into a very strange-looking dimension. So this character coming up, the localization, like, completely rewrote him. I actually researched this. He is known as Crystaller in the original script, which is stupid. He was renamed to Culex, which is a type of mosquito, I think. And don't underestimate mosquitoes. They're very deadly. So in the original script, there is this running gag about how he is a 2D boss enemy that honestly seems like he would come from a Final Fantasy game, right down to his sprite design. And now he's in a 3D world, and they really play this up in the remake. So, let's see what happens if we refuse him. I was challenged once before. He brandished a sword and was clad in silver armor. Now, I do not know if this is what they intended, but that line makes me think of Cecil from Final Fantasy IV, because when he becomes a paladin for the game's story, his armor is kind of silver, I guess you could say, and, like, in the localized script, they completely rewrote him, as I mentioned. He refers to himself as Culex, the Dark Knight of Vanda, which is a land that we have never heard of and never will hear about, and he fights for a Dark Mage. So there's all sorts of rumors that Culex is a kind of cut boss from Final Fantasy IV, but I think in reality he is an original character for Super Mario RPG. He certainly has a lot of jokes related to Final Fantasy, because when we start the battle with him, there's not only music from Final Fantasy IV, which is really epic. This was actually my first exposure to Final Fantasy ever, so Super Mario RPG, best Final Fantasy. And also, it's not just him in the battle. He actually outnumbers you. He's got crystals, which are another homage to Final Fantasy. So, enough talking about him. Let's get to the fight. You have to, you could just focus on Culex himself, or Crystaller. I don't care what I call him. Culex is cooler. But there is the matter of the crystals. Geno Wave isn't really good here. You want to focus on magic attacks, and Geno Wave just improves defense. But I guess the defense boost is kind of okay. So I'm going to have Geno attack the Earth Crystal, because it has the lowest physical defense. Culex himself has 4,000 health, and I think the crystals have a fraction of that. The Wind Crystal is really annoying to deal with because it has low HP but a ridiculous amount of defense, so you want to use magic. And its weakness happens to be jump. So that's what I'm going to use. Maybe I should use Geno Wave, but Culex has Tear Off, which will cancel any boosts you try to give your characters. The Earth Crystal's weakness is Thunder, oddly. That'll confuse the Pokemon players. And they have a lot of elemental attacks, which is why you want to take out the crystals first before you focus on Culex. But with all of our defensive equipment and stuff, they don't really pose that much of a threat, you see? Culex himself is worth a couple of words, though. Oh, and the Earth Crystal probably has the most dangerous attacks in the game. Because if Culex goes for a physical attack, you'll see that he barely has any animation. He's only got one frame of animation. And I wouldn't try to super jump these guys, even though jump is their weakness, because since they bob up and down like that, it'll actually throw off the timing on the super jump. So that's really annoying. Geno's actually a really good party member here, because this Geno Blast does a lot of damage to everybody. And I wouldn't use Geno Flash. I don't know why, but Flash just does a lot less damage for whatever reason. Maybe it's elemental. It is a sun attack, right? Okay, so all of my defensive equipment means Geno's the only one taking damage. So I'm hoping that they decide to... They're really targeting Geno for some reason. That explosion move does... Well, it does big damage to anybody other than your dive shell user. But I actually took into account the turn order, because Peach is going to go first, and Geno always gets a turn after that. No, actually... Oh, it just happens to be Mario's turn, I suppose. So, Peach gets a turn, and then Geno should get a turn after this, so... I can spend Peach's turn healing Geno, and then Geno will get a turn. That was my strategy for this. I am using a lot of flower points, but I still have those royal syrups. So I think I'm pretty good to go here. Stop targeting Geno, jeez. Oh yeah, and the Earth Crystal has Water Blast, which I think makes no sense. But it's not really doing a whole lot. Now, I have a strategy for this fight, as you can see already, but I do consider this to be a legit, actual, challenging boss battle. Worthy of a super boss. Not absolutely insane like some of Square Enix's later creations, if you ask me. They seem to really hate players in some of the games they make. I don't know how that could be. I must have missed the timing on that one, though. So once you get a groove down, this will take a while. He does, in fact, consume time, as he mentions in the localized script. Oh yeah, that move's painful. And this move is painful too. Please target Peach. You can't tell who it's targeting. Darn it, Mario. You know what, that's fine. Peach will revive him. Don't KO Geno too, though. 1 damage, wow, okay. Oh, Geno's move is next. Alright then, blast them again. When those stars fly into Geno, I think that's the timing for you to let go. No, it isn't, actually. Alright, someone's got to spend a turn on Royal Syrup. Probably Mario. Geno's probably low on health, though, so this might... No, he's still up. This'll do him in, though. No? Still? Was he at full health after all? Oh, not anymore. Not for sure. Some of these animations do get to be a bit long. Squaresoft loves their long animations. Alright. That crystal is still alive. It's resilient, I'll give it that. I'll have to use this. I'm out of flower points. Someone will take a turn on, using a syrup. Now, for those of you playing the remake, you guys probably already know that they go all out with Culex in the remake. I actually really like it a lot. Not only did they introduce a rematch with him, which is even stronger, but they also added a time attack element to it, if you can believe it. And there are already some really crazy time attack strats involving Mallow. Nice freebie on the Royal Syrup, by the way. There are already some crazy time attack strats involving Mallow and, oh, I think I got that completely wrong. Oh, well, the Wind Crystal's gone. It only had 800 health, so attacking it with magic was the strategy. Next, let's move on to the Earth and Water Crystals. See, even with the massive magic penalty, the weakness of the Earth Crystal to magic and thunder really comes in handy there. Darn it, the Water Crystal is Diamond Saw, that's not good. Diamond Cutter, whatever. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, only Geno would get hit with fear there. Oh, that was Culex's physical attack. That is impossible to see coming. So I will use Mario's turn to attack. And the water crystal is weak to fire. So this is another really great thing about why I like this fight so much. All of your characters are useful. Like, even Malo, if you choose to use him. But the only reason I would really use him is for the electric and ice attacks, and the ice attack is expensive and it hits everybody, but Malo also has Star Rain, which is neutral element and hits everybody. You can eventually learn that if you level him up enough. I haven't shown it off in this playthrough. Bowser also got a new move that hits everybody, but his magic is so low, he can't really do damage with it, which is unfortunate. So, there's that again. I wish he wouldn't waste a turn using that if nobody has been boosted. Anyways, I haven't been using Super Fire at all in the entire playthrough, because it's really only useful here because it can get like 300 damage off on the Water Crystal, or 200. Maybe Geno Wave actually does affect your magic attacks. Still not using it though. Yeah, a thing about the remake is it, I think it slightly changed the timing on some of the moves. Obviously, the timing was going to be a little bit different, but it at least lets you know when you've succeeded or not. Many of the special moves don't have obvious feedback when you've successfully used them. Right, now they're picking the correct targets. Yeah, again, Culex picks the correct target, but I had... You can block that, of course, but there's just no way to see it coming. Okay, they're still not going down. I think I will spend Geno's turn on a syrup. Of course, I could just farm more syrups, right? I apparently have the best luck in the world. So I'm actually not sure if Smithy is harder than this. Because on the one hand, Smithy has 8,000 health, but there's 5 enemies in this fight. And I would say they each have, like, about 3,000 health on average. Jeez, are you guys gonna, like, fall down anytime soon? Let's see, the Earth Crystal has, like, the most health out of all of them. I'll just keep using Super Fire. Fire Crystal's gonna go down last because I don't have a, I don't have an Ice move. Ice is actually really difficult to come by. I think Malo's the only one with an Ice move. Yeah, I really must have the absolute... Like, I don't have the timing down for this at all. I'm not sure what to say at this point. The fight just kind of keeps going on. I guess if I had come back at level 30, then I would be able to beat this much, much faster. There we go. There's another one down. So, I suppose I could stop using Geno Blast at this point. But, if there's at least 3 enemies, I will keep using it. Because I'm still getting damage on Culex in the meantime. Okay, I'm gonna use an Ultra Shroom instead of healing normally, because I keep missing the timing on Pain Relief, and it's not healing him to full anyways. Probably a good play. Alright then. No more fire moves, because none of them are weak to it. Let's go for the Earth Crystal. There's the Ultra Hammer. And, I will use another syrup. I probably still need it. Oh, that'll inflict fear status, won't it? Yeah. I'll go ahead and Geno Wave, because it's not going to be affected by fear status. All of his other moves would be, I think. That does nothing. This'll do something. Oh no, Mario doesn't take a lot from it. Ah yes, and another reason to bring Geno is that at this amount of health, he can survive Culex's physical attack. Oh, that is so much more damage. I love Geno Wave. Group Hug. Oh, and another thing that I just thought about. These crystals, since they're regular enemies, they can apparently drop flowers. You know, those flowers that give you, like, attack up, defense up, once again. They are apparently coded to have a 0% chance to drop attack up, but I swear, on one of my rehearsal fights, I got them to drop an attack up, and that was really weird for me, because you normally never see that in boss battles. I don't really know if it'll happen again. If it happens again, then so be it. But, you know, the wiki says they have a 0% chance of dropping them, so I have no idea what happened. Maybe the game freaked out. Maybe 0% means actually 1%, and the correct programmer thing to do would have been to set them to not drop anything at all. I don't know, I'm just trying to fill dead air because this is taking a while. I know the Earth Crystal is 3,200 health, but by now, you'd think I would have gotten somewhere. Probably need to find a turn to throw in some thunderclaps. This is gonna take up the rest of the video, I just know it. Okay, that was kind of a cheap shot. Oh yeah, I still haven't used the rock candy I got from Toad. Okay. This is actually something I wanted to show off, so I think I will go ahead and use it now. Like, I should have used it earlier when all of the crystals were still up, but no matter. I'm tempted to start fast-forwarding. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Geno Wave Peach. You might wonder, why in the heck am I doing that? Well, it turns out that if you get one of those attack boosts, then damaging items like the rock candy, they increase in power too. This will normally do 200 damage. But there you go, 300, and I took out the Earth Crystal, so this was worth it. Sadly, I did not get a freebie. You can even get freebies off of rock candies. Like, if you don't have the dive shell or any defensive equipment, then the standard strategy is to just, like, farm up rock candies, because there's a way to farm them. Like 4 rock candies will instantly get rid of the wind crystal because it's fixed damage. And then from there, just do whatever you want. Oh look, a freebie on royal syrup. So, I guess we just have to use physical attacks on the last crystal. I've been focusing on Earth, so it's probably still got a healthy amount of health. Really, Culex isn't that tough if all of his crystals are gone, because he doesn't really have a lot going for him without them. The problem with this fight is that you're outnumbered, and when you're no longer outnumbered, I don't need a Geno Wave, do I? I don't need a Geno Blast either. And I've got no reason to Thunderclap, so, Frying Pan. Yeah, this one has pretty low defense, so it is viable for Peach to get in just a little bit of damage. I must be doing something wrong because even the Ultra Hammer is not as strong as the Star Gun. I was wondering when he would use Dark Star again. I haven't seen that in forever. Alright, I guess Geno's our main attacker now. Just a little bit more. There's only that one crystal left. Oh, now he's gonna use Dark Star a lot more, I bet, because I mentioned it. It one-shots everybody. This really is gonna take up the rest of the video. I thought we would have like a 30-minute video on our hands if I finished this fight quickly, but this is a super boss. You're not going to finish it quickly. Thank you. It dropped attack up. Just like I said, for whatever reason, it has a 0% chance to do that, apparently, but it still does. I don't know what's up with that, but there you go. I just proved it. Does the chance increase if you, like, destroy multiple enemies? Alright, I don't know how much damage I've done to Culex himself, or Crystaller, or whatever. Honestly, Crystaller reminds me of this one NES game by SNK. Maybe he's from that game instead. He ran out of flower points. Wow, okay. Does that mean he can't use Shredder / Tear Off anymore? Well, if he really can't, I don't mind boosting to finish this fight. I've never seen him run... Well, I have seen him run out of flower points, actually. It happened the first time I ever fought him and won. Okay, I guess there's just nothing more he can do. I kind of wish there was, like, some kind of move that we had that could drain enemy flower points. I also wish they didn't waste their turns doing nothing when they were all out, but okay. I guess if you last this long, that's a signal that the fight is coming to an end. Geno really does more damage than Mario at this point. Dive Shell or no. Okay, so I'm doing like 250 with every hit. About 400 every turn, so this should end soon. Even though it's time-consuming, I do consider this a very epic super boss because, you know, everything about this just clashes with Super Mario RPG's regular style because they are going for a Final Fantasy-themed fight. And that's pretty awesome. Of course, considering that, in the original version of the game, I think they made just one tiny little mistake with him. And that's his animation when you finally defeat him. He just pops! Just pop and he's gone. No epic, like, pixelated destruction animation like you normally see from the bosses in the classic Final Fantasy games. But I will accept the Final Fantasy victory theme. You better believe I was confused when I heard this, and then heard it again in Chocobo Racing. Peach learns her final move, which is Psycho Bomb, which explains why she can pull out bombs in Smash Brothers. It's because of this move. She doesn't spam them in Smash Brothers, thankfully. Yeah, and just about everyone gets a level up here. I don't know why I'm taking time to select level ups for them. Oh, why did I pick magic? That was dumb. So again, in the localized script, Culex isn't really evil. He just treats the fight like an honorable duel. So it's very different. Oh, and this music, the classic Final Fantasy prelude. All I can say is, if you want to see this guy in 3D, play the remake all the way to the end. We receive a crystal charm, which is called the quartz charm in the localization. And he goes off to do whatever. Even the door is gone. So what is the quartz charm slash crystal charm? Well, it seems to do absolutely nothing to your stats, but what it actually does is it give you an automatic free Geno Wave slash Geno Boost. So you'll have 50% more attack and defense, no need to use a Geno Wave. If you have this, then I guess you don't need Geno in the party. Just do something like this, I suppose. Oh, but the Jackie belt is nice too. So, I guess equip this onto her. Yeah, that almost makes up for the attack penalty imposed by the dive shell. Maybe you prefer not having the dive shell at all. At this point, I probably don't. And there's her royal dress. Alright, so that concludes the playthrough of Super Mario RPG Retranslated for good. I'm not interested in doing any of the mini-games or other optional content because there's no real reason to bother with it. I'm pretty decked out in powerful gear as it is. But that's that, everyone, and I will have to figure out what to play on this channel next, because I have no idea. But I do have a list, so I'll figure something out eventually. Thank you all for watching this playthrough. It's been incredible to experience this game again. And thank you to the maker of the translation, well, retranslation patch, because it was very interesting to see what the original script was like. And I hope that was interesting for everyone else as well. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later, everyone.